All right, folks, interesting day. Let's take a quick look at the markets. Bitcoin is pumping today along with stocks, and we know exactly why stocks are up today, and we know exactly why crypto is. And it kind of reverts back to what I've been saying for the last couple months. Yes, the Fed is going on very, very hawkish right now with the raising of the interest rates, with the 75 basis points. It's really hurting the stock market and it's hurting Bitcoin and it's hurting risk assets. But it's not going to last forever. What's going to happen when eventually the Fed comes out and says, we've reached the point where we want to reach, we don't need to raise interest anymore, and we're going to reverse. Once that happens, trillions of dollars are going to go back into Bitcoin and the stock market. Today, just on a hint of that, so everybody's basically talking about today. I have a YouTube video here, very interesting, that I'm going to play as well. But everybody's kind of talking about it's in the air, like, oh, are we getting close to the end of raising the interest rates? Maybe the Fed has already, maybe in the next couple months they're going to reverse course. Just on that rumor in the air that a lot of people are peddling, a lot of YouTubers are talking about it, a lot of financial people are talking about it. Anthony Scaramucci is talking about it. The Bitcoin gains momentum on Fed pivot narrative. No, it's just a narrative. It's a rumor that maybe in the coming months, because so much damage has been done to the economy and the global economy just by these raising of the interest rates, that the Fed is going to have to basically reverse course because they're basically killing the economy, not just in the United States, but also the rest of the world. And now the rumor is that the Fed is getting a lot of pressure from other countries as well, like the UK, that, hey, look, you can't continue this. So based off that rumor, just a rumor, stock market is up. Stock roars back from 2002 lows, on track to be the best two-day gain in 2 years. Just off a rumor. So think what's going to happen when they actually do reverse course. Folks, nothing lasts forever. Bear markets don't last forever. Bull markets don't last forever. Everything's a blip in time. Even if you lived through World War II, that was what, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. The worst times in history always eventually reverse into the best times in history. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. It's just a rumor. I mean, stocks will probably dump tomorrow or the day after. I mean, until the Fed comes out and actually reverses course, you're not going to see too much strength, in my opinion. But very interesting. Just off the rumor, the Fed might be kind of close to being done, meaning next few months you see the stock doing the best it's done in a couple years. And Bitcoin is pumping today above 20,000. A lot of altcoins are pumping. So that is the rumor in the air. I'm going to play this video. This guy was interesting. He was on CNBC this morning just talking about how, the Fed has basically drive the economy into the ground at this point, and every horrible decision they make takes months to play out. It's not just every 2 weeks. So they've done a lot of damage, and maybe they're going to have to reverse pretty soon. We don't know, but this is kind of interesting little snippet here.
We're building momentum and people are getting employed and wages are rising. Now they want to stomp on the whole thing and end the party. And, it's kind of like, I feel like he's the captain driving the Titanic into the ocean. And consumers in the US are still spending, but it's inevitable that they can't keep this up. So the Fed has to stop and just look at the data. I said it before, I'll say it again. The market, this equity market, and the bond market move overnight on the Fed's moves, but the real economy takes time. And people, jobs, investment decisions will be put off. Capital spending will slow. The tech stocks are, you mentioned earlier, Facebook is giving up some space in New York. I mean, they're going to cause unbelievable calamities if they keep up their action, not just here, all over the whole globe, because they are affecting. Europe has to raise rates to protect their currencies, and they were never fast-growing economies. And their inflation is almost completely driven by the oil crisis, and particularly the Ukraine-Russia thing. So we might actually want to see how that pans out too, because it looks at the moment with Ukraine's success that this may not last that long. He may have to either give up or be ousted.
So basically, what they're trying to say is the end near? Look, a couple months ago, 6 months ago, we had Putin starting the war in Ukraine, Fed raising interest rates. Now it kind of looks like Putin's not doing as well as he thought in Ukraine. Will Putin get thrown out? Will the war eventually stop? Will Putin basically just give up and basically claim victory by maybe he got a few ports and basically leave it at that? if that were to happen in combination with the Fed reducing the interest rates, you're going to see probably right back to all-time high for Bitcoin, and you're going to see the stock market right back to all-time high. See, that's why I've been saying you have to have skin in the game. I don't know if the bottom for Bitcoin is going to be 12 or 15,000, but all I know is once Bitcoin dropped below 20,000, I was buying it up. Once Cardano dropped under 60 cents, I was buying it up. Once Theta dropped under $2, I was buying it up because I don't know where the bottom's going to be. I have money on the side. If Bitcoin goes down to 12,000, I'll buy it. If Cardano goes to 25 cents, I got thousands of dollars waiting to buy more Cardano at 25 cents. But it might not happen. And if it doesn't happen, you miss the boat. Because if Bitcoin tomorrow pumps up to $30,000 or $40,000 and say, you know, this, we don't have to use Cardano as an example. Maybe I talk too much about Cardano. So this basically is to say, what if, you know, how about Solana, for example? Not my favorite coin, but okay. You like Solana, you could have bought it at between $28 and $34. If Bitcoin pumps up to $30,000 tomorrow, Solana doubles. It's $60. You just missed a doubling. So it's just not worth it. Scared money don't make money. And we'll go to Cardano. You know, I bought a lot of Cardano at 38 cents. I bought most of my Cardano at under 20 cents last bull market. But what if Bitcoin pumps up to $30,000, Cardano's back up to $1. You missed it. It doubled. I mean, that's a pretty big missed opportunity right there. So that's why you have to have skin in the game. I know a lot of people, you know, a guy I always talk to every few days in my life, he's scared shitless to buy any crypto. Every time he buys it, he sells it. He's scared. He's just like scared money. He's not going to make any money in crypto. I make fun of him all the time. He's going to make nothing. So you have to have skin in the game, and you have to be in these markets right now because you never know when we're going to pump. Whether Bitcoin goes down to $15,000 or $10,000, it doesn't matter. You have to be buying right now if you want to make money in the next bull market. Because if you're that scared, every time Bitcoin pumps a little bit, you're going to sell it. Every time Bitcoin dumps, you're going to sell it. And you're going to miss the 20, 30x in a lot of these altcoins in the next 2 years. All right, in other news, McDonald's starts to accept Bitcoin and Tether in Swiss towns. That's pretty cool, McDonald's taking Bitcoin. You know, there's been stories like this over a few years about, you know, little stores accepting Bitcoin and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, this is probably like one or two independently owned McDonald's in some Swiss town. But hey, look, at least it makes a good headline. I don't really think it means anything in the end, but hey, the headline looks good. And we've already talked about that, Bitcoin gaining momentum on the Fed pivot narrative. And again, I'm going to go back to that before I close. It's just a narrative. It's just a rumor. People are starting to say, look at all the damage that's been done in the economy. Look at all the damage in the world economy. This has to end soon. And the Fed is going to be under so much pressure in the coming weeks, months, year to reverse course. You think they're going to do this forever, folks? Do you think the Fed is going to be hawkish forever? Let's use some common sense. What's going to happen the minute the Fed is not hawkish anymore? You're going to see so much fucking money going back into these markets, it's going to make your head spin. Your head's going to blow off the top of your head. You're going to wake up and see Bitcoin back at $60,000. You're going to see stocks flying in again. All these Bitcoin stocks like the Michael Saylor MicroStrategy is going to fly. Coinbase is going to be flying. It's going to be 5x in. GBTC. I'm actually going to do a video about GBTC later if you're afraid to buy Bitcoin, because that's a great way to get custody by buying GBTC, and it's also at a discount right now. You can buy it on your, on the stock market, on your Ameritrade or whatever stock trading website you use. But I'll do a video about that later. But these things are going to fly. What you're seeing now, the last few months, and maybe the next few months, maybe up till a year, probably the best buying opportunities in crypto and these risk assets in years. And folks, this is the time to be buying. So I don't know if Bitcoin's going to continue up from here. Probably not. We're probably going to dump, because this is just a rumor that the Fed might pivot. But in the coming months, they will pivot. They will become more less hawkish on these interest rates, and that's when money is going to fly back into these markets. And then that's going to be coming in going into the 2023, 2024 Bitcoin bull run. And then we got Bitcoin at $100,000. And this is all a blip in history, and all the big pussies missed out. Like and subscribe, folks. I will talk to you later.